let us understand what is the signal flow graph. So what's the difference of signal flow graphs sa ating block diagrams? As you can see, no, yung mga ginawa natin na closed loop and open loop sa ating previous modules, we use the block diagrams. Meron tayong pumasok line going to the yung may box na that's the input, then from the box going outside, that's the output. So that's the block diagrams. Now, let us discuss the signal flow graphs. Signal flow graph is a graphical representations of the algebraic equations. And this is the basic elements of the signal flow graph, the nodes and the branches. So node is a point which represents either a variable or a signal. There are three types of nodes: input node, output node, and the mixed node. Okay, input node, it is a node which has only outgoing branches. Output node, it is a node which has only incoming branches. Mixed node, it is a node which has both incoming and outgoing branches. So this is the example or the illustrations. Let us consider the following signal graph to identify these nodes. So as you can see, the nodes here are the Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4. So itong mga circle na to, ito yung tinatawag natin na nodes. And Y1 and Y4 are the input node and the output node respectively. Okay? So pag sinabi natin input node, this is the node which has outgoing branches. Outgoing branches. Yan pala. And pag sinabi natin output node, this is incoming branches. So Y2 and Y3, ito yung tinatawag nating mixed nodes. Okay, so what is the branch or the branches? This is a line segment which joins two nodes. It has both gain and direction. For example, there are 4 branches in the above signal flow graphs. Actually, it's below signal flow graph. These branches have gains of A, B, C, and negative B. So this is the branch A, branch B, branch C, and this is the branch D. Okay, this is the construction of the signal flow graph. Let us construct a signal flow graph by considering the following algebraic expressions. So, this is now our expression. Y sub 2 is equals to A sub 12, Y sub 1 plus A sub 42, Y sub 4. And Y sub 3 is equals to A sub 23, Y sub 2 plus A sub 53, and Y sub 5. Y sub 4 is equals to A sub 34 and Y sub 3, and Y sub 5 is equals to the quantity of A sub 45, Y sub 4 plus A sub 35, Y sub 3, and Y6 is A sub 56 and Y sub 5. Okay, so how we will construct the signal flow graph? Okay, so as you can see, we have, there will be 6 nodes. Y sub 1, Y sub 2, Y sub 3, Y sub 4, Y sub 5, and Y sub 6. And there are 8 branches. In the signal flow graph, the gains of the branches are A sub 12, A sub 23, 34, 45, 56, 42, 53, and 35. So to get the overall signal flow graph, draw the signal flow graph of each equation, then combine all the signals flow graphs, and then follow the steps given below. So this is the step 1. Signal flow graph for Y sub 2 is equals to A sub 13, Y sub 1 plus A sub 42, Y sub 4. So this is the figure. So ito yung Y sub 1 natin and Y sub 2. So Y sub 2 is equals to A sub 13, Y sub 1 plus A sub 42, Y sub 4. So, ito na po ang magiging ano niya. Okay? it should be, balikan natin, yeah, may mali dito. This is A of A12, okay, A sub 12. Mali ito, hindi ito 13. Okay, as you can see, it's 12. Yeah, pala may mali dito. So, ito yung connections, A sub 13, Y1, ito yung Y2, then A sub A42, then this is the Y4. Okay? So, step number 2, signal flow for the graph for Y sub 3, it's A23, ito yung Y3 natin, is the combinations of A sub 23, Y2, and ito yung branch, ito yung node, okay, branch, node. So, ito din yung ito yung branch natin, tapos ito yung Y5. Okay? Okay, for the step 3, signal flow graph for Y sub 4 is equals to A sub 34, Y sub 3 is shown in the figure below. Okay? So, ito lang. Y sub 3 and Y sub 4. Ayan. Okay? Nakigets nyo naman ba? So, step 4, signal flow graph for Y sub 5. It's the addition or the quantity. A sub 45, Y sub 4 plus the A sub 35, so Y sub 3. So, ito yun. So, ito yung Y sub 45 natin, Y5 natin, the node Y5, Y sub 5. So, A sub 45, ito yun, is Y4, plus A sub 35, Y3. Okay. Okay, so signal step number 5. Signal flow graph for Y6 is equivalent to A sub 56, Y5 is shown in the figure. Okay, ito na yun. Then, step number 6, signal flow graph of overall system is shown in the following figure. So, if we combine it, no? So, ito na siya. Yan. This is the full signal flow graph of the given equations. So, hopefully you understand this well. Okay, so how we will convert, what's the conversions of block diagrams into the signal flow graph? So, follow these steps for converting a block diagram to its equivalent signal flow graph. Represent all the signals, variables, summing points, and takeoff points of block diagrams as nodes in signal flow graph. Represent the blocks of block diagrams as branches in signal flow graph, and represent the transfer functions inside the blocks of block diagram as gains of the branches in signal flow graph. So connect the nodes as per the block diagrams. If there is connections between two nodes but there is no block in between, then represent the gain of the branch as 1. So for example, between summing points and takeoff point, between input summing point, between takeoff point and output. Okay, so for example, let us convert the following block diagram to its equivalent signal flow. So as you can see, this is the sample of block diagram. Okay, ito na yung magiging Y1 natin, ito yung branch, ito yung mga nodes natin. Okay, so see the Y4, Y5, Y6, Y7, Y7, and Y8 to Y9. Then, ito na yung ating mga H1, H2, part of the branches. So represent the input signal as RS and output signal is CS. So, RS, input, then CS, output signal. Okay? Saan yung CS dito? It should be YS. So black die is input node RS and output node, and CS is the signal flow graph. It's YS, dito CS, YS. Ito dapat yung output natin. So just for the reference, the remaining nodes, Y1 to Y1, Y sub 1 to Y sub 9 are labeled in the block diagrams. There are 9 nodes other than input and output nodes. So that is 4 nodes for 4 summing points, 4 nodes for 4 take-off points, and 1 node for the variable between blocks G1 and G2. Okay? So let's put it in the signal flow graph. So our input is nasa RS, R sub S, and output natin is sa Y sub S. So pagmasdan natin ng maigi. Balikan natin to. Punta tayo sa Y1. 1, 1. Okay? So, let's take this na ito to. Yan. Gawin natin siyang 1. So, 1, 1, 1. Okay? 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Okay? Okay, balikan natin. Tingnan natin ang connection dito sa Y sub 1. Connection dito sa Y sub 8. Let's see if it's correct. Okay, so ito yon sa H2, itong H2. So nag-connect na sila. Y sub 1 and Y, yan, ito na, H2. Then itong negative H1. Ito Y2, then Y sub 4, yan, nag-connect din sila. Okay? So, do not forget, ito, negative sign ha, negative sign, H1. Yan. Okay? So, nakita ninyo naman yung similarity. Okay? So, Y sub 3, it's in between of G1 and G2. Let's see. So, G1, G2. Yan. Etong Y4. Saan to natin ito makukuhang Y4? Y4, it's here. Okay. In between G2 and the Y. Yeah. Okay. 1. Let's signal, present natin tong branch 1. Okay, so just take a look, okay? Actually, parehas lang naman to. Ang pagkakaiba lang naman, ang representations ng block diagrams, no? We use the circles and rectangles or squares to represent our systems. But in the signal flow graph, as you can see, the difference is more on lines and line segment lang tayo, then the points, okay? Then yung basta yung mga lines na kailangan, okay? So yung tapos yung i-connect. So actually much easier din itong signal flow graph. So that's it. Actually, that's it of the block diagram and the signal flow graph. Magkakaroon kayo ng output number 2 for your laboratory about regarding this topic, and I will just discuss it sa Facebook group na lang. Okay, so that's it for your attendance proof. Just comment below your name, section, and block, then